I'm free. We get in the car. We drive up to Kentucky, and we stay at one of the nicer hotels in Pikeville, Kentucky, which isn't saying much, but I needed a decent bed to sleep in, right, Fez, after that experience?
That was a horrible thing.
So we kind of, it was wild. We kind of took Friday off.
Yeah.
And then we kind of we had to cancel the show because of the court date. There was no way we could go to Nashville. And
we were going to do a
stand-up
show in Nashville, yeah.
We were going to make a stand-up show in Nashville. So yeah, to kind of get his bearings back, Danny wanted to kind of chill on that Friday. So we were in Pikeville, Kentucky, which was probably the nicest place in the area that we...
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It was the biggest city we stayed in, which wasn't saying much. They had a nice university, and they had basically all the modern conveniences: Walmart, Texas Roadhouse, Bevmo. Maybe not a Bevmo, but there was like a shopping center there.
Yeah, which was, guys, in these little towns on the in West Virginia and along the Appalachia or in that area, there was not much, guys. Fed,
every time he walks by, just makes eye contact with me and gives me a nod. Like, later, brother. So we fucking eat, sleep, and then we get filming. And the next day, one of the first people I see on the side of the road is just this guy who looks completely aimless.
Yeah.
And I go and say, "Hey, man, you need any help or anything? We're trying to shoot a video. We want to know if you want to talk to us on camera." And he's like, "Can you all give me a ride down the road a little bit?" And I said, "Fuck yes. We will give you a fucking ride."
This guy was, again, we always think God intervenes and helps us out in videos, and this was one of those moments where he was placed there by God.
He just got released from jail, too. For meth charges.
14 months. He did 14 months.
And he keeps referring to methamphetamine as his get up and go.
It's like, yeah, I was on that get up and go. And
he had a softer voice, right? He's like, yeah, I was on that. It's my get up and go. I need it.
This guy was unbelievable. You're going to see him in the video. We had a lot of amazing moments with this guy.
Yes. So that's when I'm like, fuck yeah, I forget about all the legal troubles. For now, we're in deep Appalachia with Eddie, who is... We thought he was going to take us to his aunt's house. We thought we were taking him to his fucking relatives the whole time.
He swindled us a little bit. He was like, I'm going to visit my aunt. She's a real God-fearing woman. She probably don't want to be on camera, though. She's real boring. She ain't going to say much. And
then he directs us, unbeknownst to us, directly to the little town where his dealer lives.
Right.
And we're just like, "Oh, Eddie, you just took us so you could buy more Get Up and Go." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I just got out of jail. I need some." We're like,
14 months clean, and he wanted to get right back on the old meth.
Dude, and like,
oh my God.
Hopefully, because it seemed like he was looking around. We can only hope he didn't find drugs.
Yeah.
I hope, because it seems to me that if you're clean for 14 months, and you are, like, I talked to my cellmate who was in there for drug charges, unless somebody brings it in up their ass, and if they do that, if they're that desperate to sneak drugs into the jail, they're not sharing any with anybody else.
No.
So, I mean, maybe in some jails, guys can get access to drugs, but it didn't seem like this one. It was very possible. And Eddie, our hitchhiker, said he was clean for 14 months pure.
Right, and he told us that it was a lot harder to get off pills than it was the meth. He said the withdrawals, not that bad.
Yes, Sudafed. They kept talking about Sudafed out there.
I think that's how you make meth. Pretty sure.
Yeah, that is.
But some of them were just taking it straight up too, I guess. It sounded like they were just popping. I don't know. I don't know. But Eddie, he fucking swindled us, it seemed, into taking him back to. And it was a big town, so it's not like it was that, like we took him to his dealer's front doorstep or something. But we wished the best for Eddie, and we felt a little duped.
Yeah, we felt a little duped. The last image of Eddie he was with a family, so maybe he was looking for somebody. He was looking for a girl that he used to have a little fun with. She's married, but they do the old get up and go together. But and then there was a really funny moment that's going to be in the video when we found his old house. Too. Yeah, I don't know how much you want to say about that. But
I mean, the house he got arrested in, we show up and it's completely burned to the ground.
Oh shit!
And we do a bit where we're like, "Nah, it's not that bad. You just need a little kitchen revamp," and I can already see it right now.
It's just a cosmetic fixture, Eddie. This is just no. But his reaction was just like, "Yeah, and if you just pull up and look, this is where I used to live. This is my house. Look, what happened to it?" It was was unbelievable.
And he rented it. It wasn't like his family home or
No,
anything, so it
right.
wasn't that tragic. He was probably living there with other get up and go users.
Right.
But yeah, that was burned down. But then we just kept it going. I feel like there's, I mean, people are going to see most of this in the video, so
Yeah.
I say we skip ahead. I mean, we met a really cool coal miner.
Yep.
We met a guy with a cherry picker truck.
Yep.
With an insane laugh.
Yeah.
We went swimming at a
Yep.
local pool.
Oh, yeah.
With a bunch of local Appalachians.
Public pool, yeah.
And but then we got to Welch, which I think is maybe the worst town I've ever been in. And I know I've been in some bad towns.
Guys, if there's a worse town than Welch, is it West Virginia? Welch,
Yeah,
it's
Welch,
West Virginia. And by the way, are you calling West Virginia, Virginia? Like, I made that mistake. Danny knew not to, because of course he did more of his research than I
I'm
did.
just generally aware of which state I'm in most of the time.
Yeah, fuck you. So, this was the reaction of an old lady I accidentally called Virginia. I called Virginia, I called West Virginia, Virginia, and this old lady was like, hey, this isn't, it's West Virginia. There was a war, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like some kind of fucking idiot. Well, I kind of am. But
Yeah.
so we're there. Welch, Virginia is the worst town it's got to be one of the worst towns in the United States.
We'll talk
I don't
about
know
it.
how much worse it can get.
Let's break it down. I can take a wee real quick.
Let's talk about Welch, West Virginia.
Well, we get recommended a restaurant in town.
Best place in town.
We even you would have found this food unappetizing, Fez.
Which
Really?
is...
Yeah.
Try me.
Haha, honestly, he might have not, because like every gas station had there were gas stations that had like fried like pies. Did you see that? That was like a thing all over town.
One of the gas stations on the way to Welch, first of all, had the biggest Confederate flag painted on the side I've ever seen.
It was like, I don't know, like 2 stories. Yeah.
Just a massive Confederate flag on the gas station.
There was a lot of
That's a
Confederate
no-go
flags.
for me then.
Which is an aggressive choice. I mean,
Yeah.
you're basically forfeiting all your black business if you
Yeah.
have a massive Confederate flag painted on the side of your gas station.
Yeah, I would
Dude,
say.
one time though, I was on the lake and this boat pulls up with all these Confederate flags or whatever, and there was like 2 black guys on the boat. Me and my friends are like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
That is odd.
That's kind of interesting. I've been in a video shoot around like a Confederate flag waving group of people, and they were also like using the N-word with a hard ER, which is always the most suspect way to be. And they had like a black guy who kind of showed up later in their squad, but he looked very downtrodden. And I wonder if, I feel like if a black guy's on a boat with a bunch of Confederate flags, those guys are not equal in the crew. I mean, they're basically like they're like the Rat Dick Ralph of the crew. I feel like it's their status.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I honestly don't understand the Southern culture, so maybe that's a thing.
We did speak to a black man in Welch, Virginia, and he said that he was attacked and there was a lot of racism in town, and
Yeah.
he was very, very scared. He said that there were towns along the way, like close by, that he said that people told him were sundown towns,
Yeah.
where they would look for minorities at sundown to kill. And I was like, first of all, I could say that I don't know. I feel like crimes kind of would be harder to investigate in those places. I do believe that if somebody wanted to commit some kind of crazy crime, I mean, did we see one cop in any West Virginia area? I feel we saw a cop car.
You would see cop cars parked outside of like questionable homes.
Yeah.
I feel like those are the cities, though, that you always see in the crime documentaries
Yes.
because they don't have a lot going on. So the cops are able just to invest like 3 years just trying to solve one case.
I see what you're saying, or an outside investigate, somebody from some other, like the FBI. What it's like, or I don't know about the FBI, but like some cop from another city can come and be on the case. And you're right, like I see what you're saying, but it did seem like there wasn't much to turn to in that town. Also, there was no reception
Yeah,
in
that's
most
a
of
problem.
these towns.
That's tough to fight crime when you can't communicate with other police agencies.
Right.
They got radios though. But to be fair, the kid we're talking about, who was super cool, he worked at a local gas station. He was from Tampa, a black kid named CJ.
Right.
He did tell, when he told the story of getting jumped, and then he retold it again, and it came out that one of his white buddies started a fight, and then CJ jumped in.
Right.
Which is
So-
not the same as a racially motivated jumping.
Right,
I just
right,
want
right.
to point that out. So I'm not saying that everybody in these towns is
Yeah.
like an aggressive bigot.
It's
No.
also a bit different, like that kind of South those states is quite a lot different than where I'm from in Houston. Like, honestly, the black and the Mexican guys outnumber the white people probably
Houston
where I'm from.
is very heavy on the minorities.
But you do
It's
hear
not-
those crazy stories where they'll, just pull up in a truck and,
That's
throw
what this
something
guy
at
was
you.
saying, that he was warned not to go to certain towns in the area.
But the town that he said was a sunset town too.
Sundown town.
Sundown town. We talked to two ladies there who were just. I mean, they probably were a little. They looked a little racist,
They did look racist.
but they
yeah.
were very nice. And I mean, you're pretty much a minority,
Yeah,
and they didn't say
I
anything
was-
snotty to you.
I mean, I kind of, I had a black friend who used to tell me about like this gaze that everywhere he would look, that everywhere he went, he would get like a certain, usually it was an older white man that would give him a gaze, right? And he would point it out to me. And I saw that, I saw that with my black friend back in, 2007 when I was at Valley College. But now, when I was in this town, I did get some looks. It was mostly, I'm wearing like these fucking flashy shirts and these cheetah print crap, and my hair, is up in a bun and shit.
What if Leo got lynched?
My God, dude. Who knows?
That would be good for the video, though.
We went to
That'd
a
be great,
restaurant,
yeah.
honestly, I felt...
Let's talk about our dinner.
let's talk about our dinner or our snack, too. Let's talk about the two meals we had, because the hot dog. Remember the hot dog, the first hot dog we had, where there was like this nice restaurant. Eddie took us to the nice restaurant down the street.
That wasn't in Welch, but we had
wasn't in
a
Welch.
terrible hot dog that was just smothered in.
Chili with and coleslaw and mayo.
And Nico, of course, loved it.
Yeah,
but
I think he ate the whole thing.
But then
So compare that to like Los Angeles corn dogs that we had.
compare it to
mean,
Los Angeles.
Compared it to Los
He
Angeles.
gets real interested in the conversation when you start bringing up.
Yeah,
food.
what
Yeah.
the fuck, Fez? Where were you on the jail talk?
Fez, you should go and make your own video in West Virginia. I don't know if you're coming out of that state alive, dude, to be completely honest.
I would die the first day.
You were right, though. I think you were making this point before I talked about the Confederate flag. The Confederate flag. That was a slip of the tongue. I'm not going to apologize for that.
Yeah.
But the gas stations there, you're getting deeper and deeper into the South, where the options for healthy eating in the gas stations become scarce. Though the easiest way to see it, obviously some gas stations have like a produce stand in the back or have fresh sandwiches. That it goes without saying, none of that fucking exists in West Virginia.
Nope.
But also, it becomes increasingly hard to find a fucking bottle of water
Yes.
in gas stations deep in the South, because like truck drivers roll up like, water? I don't need any H2. Give me my Mountain Dew and my Pepsi Cola.
Okay, like everyone had a soda at their, like all the locals, like anywhere you went, if they were like talking to you, they would take a swig of something. It was a Mountain Dew, it was a Coca-Cola, it was a Pepsi. They were just drinking it like we see people with their, their canteens here in LA, just like that, but it was
they're
soda.
BPA-free water bottles.
Right, instead
That's-
of
It's like
BPA-free
airsoft
water.
fatty land. Like
It's
where he
airsoft
lives.
fatty land, and we need to take that fucker to these places. That'd be unbelievable.
And that was what we originally documenting, was like the exploitation by big soda companies and food companies of this area. But yeah, like if you want coconut water or if you want a Perrier, you're shit out of luck, Fez.
So-
Okay. But I know you would love to fucking shove a bag of Cheetos and like I don't know, a Dr. Pepper down
They
your
had
throat.
that entire, like, they had all the Hostess products, all those. They had like sweets and chips. And the only option that me and Danny ended up falling, with the only option that we ended up feeling like it was decent, I guess, was peanuts. So we had a lot of peanuts.
It's kind of funny because it's like you live in one of those small towns and you eat Hostess Twinkies and peanuts and smoke meth, and then you go to jail for smoking meth, and then you use your commissary money to get Hostess Twinkies and peanuts, and then you get let out of the jail,
Right.
and then you go to the gas station and you get more commissary from the gas station.
I want to make it clear that not everybody there smokes meth.
And also, it seemed like a system that was kind of, it was supposed to be like that, because what were the buildings that were not dilapidated in most towns? The hospital, for example. Like you would see these beautiful hospitals, modern glass and stuff, and you could tell that they were just peddling these poor people with these horrible options to eat.
Yeah.
When they start getting sick, they go, "Oh, let's make a little cash."
Yeah.
Here, get on these pills. Get on these pills.
You're
Get
so
on these
right.
pills.
You're so right,
It was
dude.
a system that they have down. The pharmaceuticals are like, yeah.
That's how they work. It's a team, dude. The big food companies feed people all this shit, And then these people who have health problems, Fez, I'm going to give you some tough love here. You're going to start having those health problems very soon.
Yeah, you might have to be on some pills at some point, just like these people.
am.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
You go, and the doctor, you think they're going to say, try a paleo diet. Try to reduce your carbohydrates, your refined sugar, your refined grains. Of course not, because there's no money in telling you that. No. They're going to say, here's some Ozempic.
Right.
Here are some SSRIs to make you feel better.
Some
because
blood thinners.
Because when you can't get out and exercise and you're way overweight, you're chemically depressed.
Right.
So let's just hit them with this trifecta of pills, and that way big food keeps making money, big medicine keeps making money.
That is a much bigger problem than the meth problem.
Yeah, it was wild. And then, of course, the churches in town, some of them were dilapidated, but there were some churches that were pretty nice. So the only nice buildings in most of these towns were churches and hospitals.
Welch, West Virginia, we go in there. The waitress is very, very sweet, but we walk in on a Saturday night to the alleged best restaurant in town. And when I say that me, Nico, and Leo are the only souls in there, I mean there isn't even a fucking rodent scurrying around in the attic.
Yeah.
It's the three of us in a completely empty restaurant on Saturday night in Welch, West Virginia. And Welch is sort of looks like a decent-sized city. The downtown is all completely boarded up and closed,
right.
but it was the biggest city we'd seen since Pikeville, which is 4 hours away.
They had 20, probably some 10-story buildings that were.
I don't know about 10, probably
8.
3 or 4.
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4, but right in that. But it was still there were multiple.
Yeah,
but a lot of them were empty. And then see what you see is these buildings when they used to have money. I guess 100 years ago, right? I mean, you know more about history.
At the peak of coal mining, which was the 1950s.
All right, so if the 50s there was money there, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of money.
Yeah.
I guess they said one of those towns. One of the locals told us that they had the most millionaires per capita at some point. When coal was big.
Yeah, I mean, when coal was still coal miners make good money.
Yeah,
but before the mechanization of coal mining, which took a lot of jobs away, and the environmentalism took a lot of jobs away. Mm-hmm. Fucking every other guy out there is 20 years old making $100,000 a year.
Right.
There's plenty of money to go around. And then the industry has declined since the 1950s. So now it's a ghost town where me, Leo, and Nico are at the supposed best restaurant in town eating food that looks like it's made of rubber.
And it's crazy when you go to those real ghost towns, because it's whenever I would go on family vacations, what my dad likes to do is go to these old mining towns that just literally don't exist anymore. You can tell it used to be a whole city.
That's where we were. But and I'll tell you this.
But now nobody lives there.
People still lived here.
And I'm going to say this. It probably one of the most interesting things I've done in a long time. Yes. It was so cool to go around these little places. First of all, the natural beauty of these places. It feels like it's Colombia or something. There are vines growing on trees more than further than the eye can see. It's really mountainous. It's beautiful. Obviously it was really hot and humid, but it was a really cool experience. Also, it was nice not to have reception on your phone. I was just looking around the whole time, not fucking on Instagram.
Looking at the back of my head, I guess his hair is long enough I can jerk off to.
But it was wild. I mean, was it in Welch where we stayed in the little motel?
Yes,
we found a decent motel in Welch. It had good reviews. There was a lot of bikers there.